Welcome back, lighting friends. Robert from Pathway Connectivity Solutions. In the last Cognito video, we talked about play schedules and how you can work with astronomical and time clock events and have the desk run itself on a schedule. And as promised, in this video, we're going to talk about busking, or playing memories in this top section, rather than playing a structured show on a playlist with the go button here. So the definition of busking, if you're not familiar with it, is what panhandlers do, or what street musicians do, or court jesters. They go out on the street and they basically just perform in public for money. And it's a term that was used Shakespearean times and often used when you see people in the subway and that sort of thing. In Canada, we may call it follow the puck, because you basically don't know what the structure of the show is, and you've put a bunch of tools up here on memories, and you're just going to follow the action and see if you can keep up. And Cognito is very unique in the way that it actually handles memories, because as you are pushing a handle up, you're going to get what you expect. But sometimes, with other lighting consoles, when you pull a handle down, you don't always get what you expect, and you are running around trying to re-push memories back up. And this video is going to demonstrate how Cognito always kind of keeps control of things, so when you pull things out, you are always getting a predictable result. So, in a very simple example here with the Visualiser, what I'm going to do is show we have a lead singer, and she has a memory here which brings up a spot on her, and I'll take that out. And there is a guitar player, and he has a spot right there. This is very simple stuff. And there is a piano player, and they have a spot on their back there. Now, the interesting thing about this is all of them are using the same Vari-Light. So if you bring this guy up and then you bring this guy over, what it does is it actually moves it. It's the same one I just showed you. And then this guy here will actually move all the way over to the piano player. Now, that's not rocket science. We've seen this a lot in other desks that have attribute control on handles, where you're not just controlling intensities. But what's interesting is if you wanted to go back to the guitar player now, you need to bring out its handle and then push it back up. And then if you wanted the lead singer, you would take out her handle and push it back up. Now, what we want to show here is if you are sitting here lighting the lead singer and you push up her the handle for the guitar player, it will move over there. But if you pull back on the handle of a guitar player, Cognito knows that the last guy who had control of this light was on the lead singer, and it will bring it back to her. So now let's push to our guitar player, and then let's push over to the piano player, and then we're done with the piano player. So we'll pull that out, and it says, hey, I should go back to the guitar player because that was the last action. And then now let me pull out the guitar player, and it goes back to the lead singer. That looks pretty cool. That's sort of what you would expect, but it is a little bit more clever than you think. So let's just do it again. We will push to the guitar player, and then the guitar player will throw the action over to the piano player. And now the guitar player decides that he's done his action, so we can just pull the guitar player out of the mix. Now, what happened there? Nothing, because the light was on the piano player, and this is the magic bit. Now, when I pull out the piano player, it's actually going to go back to the lead singer. So, another way to think about this, and it always hits home, is it's kind of like a deck of cards, where you have a king and a queen and a jack. So let me show this in a different way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place down my jack, And on top of the jack, I'm going to put down a queen. And then on top of the queen, I'm going to put down a king. So we are looking at the face card of the king. Now if I pull off that card, I'm going to get the queen. And if I pull off that card, I get the jack. So then I put down the queen, I'm looking at the queen. I put down the king, I'm looking at the king. Now if I slide out the queen, I'm still looking at the king. But if I slide off the king, I'm going to go to the jack. So the nice thing about this is that you can actually have a king, a queen, a jack, a 10, a 9, an 8, and it can go all the way up and down here, and it doesn't matter which order you pull things or push things, you're always going to get a predictable result on stage, and then when you pull back, you're always going to get the order in which you push things forward. So let's look at a much more complicated set here. We have a TV studio, and there's 3 main positions. There's a podium here, camera right, there's the entrance up center, and the couch position here where we can do interviews. So if we were to light those, we have first a breakup that goes behind the podium, and that's podium light on front with breakups on the floor and red steps. Then we can throw from there over to red and blue steps where we have our star coming in the entrance, and you see the breakup move behind them. And then we push up this fader and the breakup will move onto the pillar behind the couch, and we have the couch lit up, and we have blue steps down here and a bit of a mess on the floor. So if we pull out these 2 guys here, we're left nicely with the couch. But at any time we can then throw to the podium, and you'll see the breakup move right across, and the gobos on the floor are both sets, so we'll pull that out. We have red on the deck now, and then we have another guy down here, which is some razzmatazz, which does effects on the front of the steps and a circle around our star coming down the middle. We get rid of that, and we're left with the red steps and the red host. We'll just throw now over to there, pull that out, and we can throw back up to this guy. We throw that out, we'll go back to the couch. We can throw over here, break up following her around, pull that out, then we go to the steps, and then we go to the couch, and then we do some razzmatazz here, and we might do another one here which does 2 breakups. And as you can see, you can just keep piling this stuff on, and whenever you let go, it's going to go back to who last had control. So here we are. You get the point. It doesn't matter where you push to, you're going to get what you want, but when you bring it out, you're always going back to a predictable result. So that's busking in a nutshell. I hope you join me next time, because we're going to wind back quite a ways and go back to the building blocks of how to create a tool set that is useful for you when you're building your shows. In the next video, we're going to talk about recording groups and how you can use those very quickly in Select. And after that, we're going to talk about libraries, position libraries and color libraries, and shape libraries, and how you can use those to quickly build your show and quickly update your show. So I hope you join me next time. Thank you.